Aloha Golden Pod, Unity Grace here with a special love stream on this beautiful February 27th. A lot of magical, miraculous energies flowing through and so we are coming together and just giving a miracle coordinate for our pod to Aloha Girme. Hi. Golden Pod. Yay. We are all coming together. We are in debriefing on ship in the miracle coordinate. So, aloha Miss Elawan. Welcome. The Golden Pod. Here we are. So we'll just take a little miracle coordinate. Aloha Lawrence. Yay. Welcome. Exciting sharing in this miracle coordinate, and we are just taking some time to come online. Aloha Miss Frida. Possibilities. Yes. We'll just do a little beginning sharing here as people are joining us. We'll see who's here, who's feeling this ninth wave of unity consciousness. And Freedom, will you tag Oriel and Sabriel and Seraph and Seth? Seth is under Darren, D-A-R. Thanks, babe. We got the golden, aloha Miss Becca. We got the golden pod. Becca, can you tag Miss Jenna for us? And that would be amazing. We have this amazing Golden Pod social media network, beloved beings of unity consciousness who are working together to help share these love streams. And I'm just really feeling in the miracle coordinate our Amaze We global family, Golden Pod of the Earth and the Aurora. Thanks, Miss Becca. And yeah, just tuning in. We are in a pod consciousness. Aloha, Alex. Yay. Alex, get Egan on here. Lindsay, aloha, gorgeous. We are doing a launch event tonight. It's a video launch. It's a holographic, light encoded activation to assist people to integrate 9 levels, 9 waves of unity consciousness. Everything that our pod is doing is open source, collaborative, creative. We are sharing all of it in the simultaneous miracle coordinate. We are letting it flow through to and from us as collaborative efforts to assist humanity. There is, we are doing this free of charge. We're not putting a dollar value on it. We are sharing the miracle coordinates coming through the great I Am, the higher consciousness, to share and assist the collective in upliftment to integrate the codes coming through us. Erin Gauchi, aloha. So, thanks, Mr. Alex. I did tag Egan also. So our launch is tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific, and we will explain a little bit about what is happening in the image that we are using for the launch, for the video that's coming through. So collaboratively, aloha Sabriel, how are you, gorgeous? We are helping, assisting the golden pod of the earth plane to come together in unity consciousness, known as the Aurora. It's known as the Aurora in the Star Knowledge Bundles. It is the 9th wave, the 9th emanation of consciousness. It is the fulfillment. It is the zenith of unity consciousness that we reach together as a collective on the earth plane, transcending together as a human family. In the activation, the sun is in 37 gene. We talked about this a little bit the other day. Aloha, Sabriel. Yeah, so aloha, Maria. And, okay, so I'm going to stay really focused in the transmission now. And so grateful for all of who are here. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. And that's called gifting. That's how gifting works. We just share what is coming through and if it is helpful and we are inspired, not if, I just say, when we are helpful, when things are helpful, when we are inspired, share, share, share. So, okay. This is how we do it. All right. So, Miss Elawan, can you post the video that occurred in the road on the Monday night just before the full moon? If you could upload that here, that would be amazing. Thank we. And yeah, I will also load it onto my page. We have been sharing about this little video and haven't posted it yet. So we are playing in a collaborative pod consciousness with Becca Joy, Sandalphon, Freedom Possibilities, Elawan, and Guillerme Unity and Unity. And creation has magnetized us together for co-creative collaboratives, and that is what we are bringing through, is the light emanations that we are receiving from source consciousness through the axiotonal grids of creation. These are like the meta grids of creation that are connected to the higher waves of consciousness. And tonight we are launching a video. We are inviting everyone to join. It's at 9 p.m. Pacific. That we've got a YouTube premiere, we've got a Facebook event page, it's linked here, and one of our pod can also link it again in the comments. The premiere will start at 9. The video is 7 minutes and 17 seconds, and then we are inviting all of the collective to join in collective meditation wherever you are. There won't be any talking, we won't be doing any live streaming at the time, just the video is set to premiere at 9 p.m. Pacific. And it is holding holographic codes of consciousness. We'll explain a little bit more about what that means and what's coming through it. And so just drop into the meditation, know that we are all connected in the field of love, of unity consciousness, the pod consciousness of the aurora, and allow the self to stream the consciousness through the physical flesh, because this is physical ascension and this is how we do it. And so we unify through our collective choice and awareness here on the earth plane, how we navigate these avatars here, and through our collective agreement, then we allow these energetics to come through us. It's a streaming of consciousness, and this transforms. Thank you, Guillerme, for posting the event link again. This is how, oh my goodness, there's an amazing bird outside my window I've never seen before. It's quite incredible. And this little bird is totally tuned into the LoveStream. It's not quite little, it's the size of a robin. It's very unique. Okay, so this is how the environment transforms around us as we come into these ninth waves. The ninth wave is the environment actually metamorphoses around us. It's programmed in the 60th gene. Anyone who follows these love streams knows that we always repeat over and over from the book The Gene Keys, the 60th gene. When the 60th CD ignites in multiple beings, it will be the end of the world as we know it. So the earth ship that we know as Gaia will crack, and we will step forth. All the cells that make up Gaia will move forward with the Gaia consciousness into the new earth that is already there. This is the connection with the future self that is sourcing us, that has always been with us, and that is connected to us and is guiding us. So this is helping us to merge all those holographic aspects of ourself, and it is open source gifting, sharing. We are sharing our gifts. This is how we take the power within us to create dynamic relationship. Dynamic is an important word in this love stream. It reminded me of taking the quantum leap. So dynamic, there is a move in climbing, and it's called dynamic, and it's when the climber makes a leap. the climber does, it just, you go, okay, there's the next handhold, I can't reach it by stretching, I'm just going to have to leap for it. That is what we are assisting through these video collaborations that we're creating. I'll still share what's in them, is to assist those who feel the capacity to take the quantum leap. This is the handhold for the quantum leap. What is the coordinates, the codings in the spaces between the words of the video, in the spaces between the script that we will see in the video tonight. And open source, share with, we're inviting everyone to put their computer on, to point their camera or their phone and LoveStream simultaneous so that it can be shared. It doesn't have to be high tech to do this. It's just flooding the airwaves with the magic of the ninth wave. That's what the 60th gene is about. It's about creating simple structures for the magic to flow, source consciousness to flow through, we, collectively. And the magic is much greater than we can imagine. The magic is much greater than the container, which is why the 60th gene is about the Urshit Merkaba and all of the cells that make up her consciousness moving forward with her. It's programmed in the depths of our DNA. And so it is the quantum leap for the human consciousness beyond the human story in the two-strand DNA. It's beyond the garden. Beyond Eden and all of those codes that were within us, within we. So for we who are making the quantum leap to cosmic, that feel this within us, to transcend the end of the human story, which actually was brought to completion 7 generations early, which is what the guidance came in and said when the altar carpet from the fire at Standing Rock was given to me by the fire keeper, when the elder said to put out the fire, and the carpet was given to we by the fire keeper, and he said, sister, this is yours, now take it and go pray with it. And I went to the earth at Standing Rock and prayed with it and said, what should I pray for? And the guidance said, pray for unity. And the guidance said that this was the passing of the baton from the original root races of the earth back to the star nations, to complete our role upon the earth, our plant, to the divine plan, to fast forward the divine plan 7 generations early is what occurred. So we know this occurred in April of 2015 when we carried an orb from the island of Kauai into the Great Pyramid. It was to restore the Queen's Chamber. And when the Queen's Chamber is restored, then divine union occurs inside of the pyramid that sits on the Nilotic meridian, where the white lions exist within us. The white lions are the thalamic gate inside of the head. This is unity consciousness. This is the Stargate. This is how we do it. So on the Earth grids, to liberate them, these were the step-by-step instructions of how to do it. So the crystal orb from the heiau in Kauai went directly, the birthing heiau, the incoming portal for the whales and the dolphins, went directly into a vent in the King's Chamber, the Great Pyramid. And we could hear it go down into the Queen's Chamber to activate, what Maya in her transcriptions, Maya Nartumit, said was called LP40, Light Principle 40, meaning the Great Pyramid. When that activates that Nilotic meridian, that is the divine union of creation occurring within us, simultaneous. Okay, so this video launch, and we have done several collaborations and we've listed them on the event page, and Guilherme has put the event page here in the notes also, and it's in the description of this video. So if you want to join us tonight for the 9 p.m. premiere, just go to the link and join, and you will get notifications from YouTube, and we'll open up the chat site maybe 15 minutes early for everyone to get settled and organized. We're not coming online to talk, we're just launching it, and we're going into meditation. We're receiving the holographic coordinates of all 9 waves simultaneous, unified within us, and that is what is coming. Oops. That is what is coming through the codes. All right. So the quantum leap piece that so yes, we're inviting people to just live stream it from your phone, just point your phone at your computer, or share it on your page when we go live, whatever is inspiring, to send the energy into the airwaves, so to speak. We're using the old rootstock of the 60th gene with this young sapling put on the old rootstock, and that's how the magic flows and floods what was with new creation. And the 60th gene is about the dissolution or the transcendence of the two-strand DNA, which is connected to time and gravity. So the triple helix is what allows the consciousness access again into the cosmic. And in order to unify them, that energy must come up through the heart and all the way through the thalamic gates to reach that level of consciousness. Now, we were given permission and authority upon the earth to push the timelines 7 generations early. And the guidance showed that had we not, AI would have won the game. And so we, as a collective, through the love frequency on the earth plane, chose together simultaneously to increase the love vibration together to access these fields of creation and the information that are coming through to help assist and guide us. So, not sure if the video, if Eloan was able to upload the video that occurred, and I will share now, and I'll also post it on the Facebook page. What occurred for we in this physical flesh suit on the 22nd of November 2015 is that we went through all 9 waves simultaneous and sat in the presence of benevolent creation and was told and was given full life review with the galactic councils and star nations. All occurs simultaneous because it's all within us. And at that miracle coordinate, we merged with the aurora and was told that if I had completed my assignment on the earth, which was to unlock all the global karmic and financial debt, and if I chose to return, it would be to unlock the superabundance. That's what we are doing with these love streams and videos, these co-creations, collaborations we are sharing with the light coordinates and the transmissions. Guillermo has been bringing through the Unity Codes. UnityCodes.love is his website. We've got lots of websites, lots of Facebook pages. The pod can list them all here so people can find them. And we have other collaborations we have done so far that are listed on the event page tonight. So you can go to all of them, use them as often, or listen as often, share them if they're helpful, because they're activating unity consciousness, which is multi-D, holographic consciousness. So when we passed through all the gates on the 22nd of November 2015, merging with the aurora, the guidance said that if I chose to come back in the presence of benevolent creation, it was to unlock the superabundance. This is how we do it. Shortcut. So, at that time, we experienced all levels of the self and the presence of benevolent creation. And when we returned to the earth plane, it was to share these codes within we. So on Monday night, the night before the full moon, Monday the 18th of February, we were in the aurora coordinate. We did meditation on the 4th of February, and it was the aurora coordinate, it was the new moon. And then we had the period between the noon and the new and full moon to assimilate the coordinates within us. So the night before the full moon, we, Eloan and Ruthie Joy and we and I is the same to we. So And I always like to say, Lawrence Wendell showed us that we, plural, is W-I, not W-E. Just try using it with your friends and family and refer to everything as we instead of I and me and you and them, and discover how it reprograms the neural networks into unity consciousness. So we went for a walk in the night, and it was dark in our neighborhood. We live in the forest. And we was bringing through a transmission on the reunification of our original agreement with the elementals as spirit in the form in the earth consciousness. And it was a very powerful, profound transmission. And at the end of the transmission, the light emanation of all 9 waves of consciousness came through. So the way I would explain what I was experiencing, and it's the image of we in the center of the holographic coordinates that are on our event page. There's a picture of we standing, and what we was experiencing in that miracle coordinate was all 9 waves of consciousness simultaneous. So we was experiencing we inside of we physical body, inside of the monadic, inside of the atmic, inside of the buddhic, inside of the causal. There's nine initiations for the human consciousness. There's 9 waves of creation that we've been going through on the earth plane. So, and it started according to the Mayan calendar and this great book I love to share, Carl Kalaman, The 9 Waves of Creation, 16.4 billion years ago in linear time coordinates. And when we get to the CD of the 60th gene, which is the highest frequency of the 60th gene, we're transcendent of time and gravity. This is the birthright of the consciousness called sovereign, liberated. Okay, so we was experiencing all the different bodies. If you want more information, because ascension is a textbook process. Richard Rudd's Gene Keys, which we share often, in the 22nd gene, goes through the different bodies. There's 7 bodies. Monadic is the highest, the physical, the 7 sacred bodies of humanity, the Corpus Christi. Go to page 163. This is an older book, so I've had a few of them. Okay, so we was experiencing all of the bodies and all 9 waves of consciousness simultaneous while standing in we physical flesh suit on the earth plane. This is a physical ascension. It's the involution of grace, spirit into the physical flesh suit. So these are all the dynamics. And for those who are new to this, or if we are listening and we don't understand the language of it, it's okay. Just receive what is helpful and effective and release the rest of it. This is a sharing to share with people the coordinates, and they will make sense in the perfect miracle coordinate, which is the word that we use for time, because there is no such thing as time. There's just a whole lot of miracles. Miracles are the shortcut through the 35th gene. It says right in the 35th gene. Let's see if we can find it quick. It's such a good one. And right now we are in the 37th. The sun is illuminating the 37th gene, the ascent of the human family, which is why we are sharing this collectively. Who wants to ascend alone when we can ascend as a collective family with Gaia and Sophia, all of it together? Okay, so Richard says, the 35th CD is called it Backdoor to Bliss, Boundlessness. Within the master genetic plan, the 35th gene key stands out as an anomaly, as though the gods who designed the machine put in a hidden shortcut through which any individual could bypass the laws of timing built into the machine itself. This is precisely what the 35th gene key is. It is a hidden wormhole that leads to the vast realm beyond our comprehension. It leads right into the heart of the 35th CD of boundlessness. It breaks all genetic laws. It allows human beings to take charge of their own evolution and outwit the global genetic program. And as Richard shows in the 60th gene, evolution demands time. We are beyond time. We are sovereign, multi-D, interdimensional beings in physical bodies. All of this sharing, if this sharing is helpful, please share this. This is called gifting. This is how we share the knowledge, the wisdom, the information to navigate our spirit inside of our flesh suits. We call it Flight Lessons 101. Okay. And it's helpful if we share it, because others will discover the truth of this. Ascension is a textbook process, and it is our birthright to know it. These are the pillars to the cosmic Akash coming through us. The Book of Love in the Tree of Life has everything to do with liberating oneself from the bondage of the cross of time and space, and nothing to do with all those things the priests and priestesses on the planet were teaching people about lower nature sacral chakras. Nothing. The Book of Love is about being liberated from the bondage of time and space. It is the reunification with source consciousness. It is the liberation from the prodigal. That is why it's called the Book of Love, because it is our reunion with divine consciousness. Okay, so once again, tonight's video launch is about those wanting to make the dynamic leap that climbers do. Miss Elawan and we just went to see an amazing documentary a few Miracle Coordinate nights ago called, what's it called? Solo, I can't remember. It's about a climber named Alex. It's a documentary, and he's the first to free climb El Capitan. And there's this one dynamic move he has to make, and he practices it over and over with the ropes. He can do this karate kick thing, or he can make the leap. So when he's on the ropes, he tries to leap several times. The way he actually gets up El Capitan is he does the karate kick move. And it's an amazing documentary, because what it is showing is the ascent of human consciousness, and you can see with this climber that he is imbued with spirit. This is the power, the superhuman nature. Free solo, thank you, Miss Elawan. This is the supernatural nature of spirit in a human flesh suit, is the things that we can achieve as human. And guaranteed, if we can achieve those kinds of things, we can achieve peace on earth and throughout all the cosmos. And perhaps that was part of this experiment of this seed pod called this cosmos, was to serve divine justice, which is the 60th gene, which is basically the alchemization. It's the same whether we're talking about the 35th, the 60th gene. It's the alchemization of all of the opposites. It's called free of charge. It's neutral consciousness. And that is what reconnects us with spirit and zero. Okay, so back to the 9 waves of creation. Oh, yes. So in the video, if Miss Elawan was able to upload it, I noticed Jeremy put a YouTube up there. I'm not sure what it is. So it might be tonight's connection, or maybe we got that video up on YouTube. What we will see in the video I'm speaking about that happened on the Monday night, Monday the 18th. And if this live stream is helpful, please share. What occurred while we was standing in our physical flesh suit and connected with all 9 waves of consciousness, the aurora that had come through on the 22nd of November 2015, was the presence of benevolent creation and all 9 waves of consciousness simultaneous. And the guidance came through while we were standing in the middle of the road and invited Ruthie and Elawan to videotape what was occurring. So Ruthie pulled out her phone, and the phone would not record. And she was going, oh my gosh, look what's happening in the viewfinder. And so Elawan pulled out her phone and videotaped Ruthie's phone. And what you will see in the video is the aurora coming through. It is the higher self, the I am, what we call the future all these names. It is the wholeness of creation in the physical flesh. It is the divine embodied. So you can see the light waves of the aurora coming, because we was experiencing we self in the center of we mothership, the lotus pad you see the Buddha setting in. That's what occurred on the 22nd of November 2015 coordinate, was the experience of sitting in the center of we's mothership, looking down and seeing it is all we's creation, and while in the presence of benevolent creation and all of the star maps. So standing in the middle of the road on February the 18th, that is what we was experiencing from the physical body upwards, and all those levels of consciousness. We was looking down at we self, we was looking up at we self, and it was just from a beautiful transmission that had come through, because that is where we are at now. We have access to 9 waves of consciousness, simultaneous, embodied. So in the video, you'll see in the left-hand corner of the video, the light waves starting to come through the screen. That's the light emanation of the I am, which is why the guidance said video. I was just in the experience. I knew it was very profound. I was experiencing huge morphe butterfly wings on my back fluttering. It was very profound. So we captured it on a beautiful film. And thank you, Guillermo put the premiere link here. So just tap into the premiere link and you will receive notifications if you want to join us tonight. So the holographic image that is being shared as the event page cover was a photograph of we standing in the presence of all 9 levels of creation simultaneous. So it's incredibly coded. And then Guillermo has been bringing in unity light codes through his their light codes, and through I was going to say his graphics. They're not graphics, they're actual light codes that he's been bringing in for several years. They're miraculous, they are beautiful, they are activating, and through collaboration we are unifying the transmissions coming through we and the light codes and bringing it all together, so the emanation that is flowing through we and the collaborations are holding the coordinates of multi-D, inner D. These words don't even describe what we're talking about. Multi-D just doesn't cut it for us. But that's how it's described, is multi-dimensional. We'll say interdimensional is a better description. And it is that place, that zero, where all is held in wholeness simultaneous, the still point. And then we go Pleiades for blue spirulina popcorn, and we have a little smile on our face, and we go, yes, let's do it. And here we are, Pleiades for blue spirulina popcorn. Think golden apple, produce golden apple in the palm of the hand. These are the mechanics, the flight lessons of how we do it. And so these sharings and collaborations that we are sharing are assisting others to find the handhold coordinates. You know how good lead climbers climb the wall first and they find the little niches in the wall, and then others follow that maybe aren't as skilled at climbing, but now that the lead climber has found a way up a wall, others can climb it easily. So this is these coordinates. Martin, aloha. Okay, this is, so what we are sharing through this premiere launch video is encoded. The coordinates, the handholds in the quantum climbing wall are encoded. What's that little piece of hair doing? It's going quantum. So we're sharing what we are receiving through our human vessels. Every single one of us, when we are connected to divine spirit, are bringing through super conscious, super abundant, super conscious, which is meant to be shared with the collective. And so that's what this video premiere, this launch is. We are sharing what is coming through us that is quantum, it's holographic, it's unity consciousness. So just by viewing it, just by receiving the light language and the transmission, and the transmission is all about the activation, the alignment of the voice with the flesh. When we are in full alignment, something occurs through the voice, which is that spirit emanates through this bio-oscillating, resonating cavity, and this is how creation occurs when we reach the perfect alignment of the voice, the signature of the spirit. Go check out the work of Don Estes sometime. An amazing being who spent many years analyzing the human voice and creating, what's this amazing, I can't think of it right now, but it'll come. Creating amazing systems of biofeedback through the voice so that we can learn to perfect the voice coming through the flesh suit to affect the reality quantum. This is our superabundance. It comes through our word in the bio-oscillating flesh suit. Think golden apple, produce golden apple in the palm of the hand. So many people are still going, how do we do this around money unity? How do we navigate? This is how we navigate. We are sharing the coordinates. We navigate by learning how to fly these flesh suits. This is what these sharings are. Flight Lessons 101. Please, if this is helpful, please share. So, the video tonight is like it fast forwards the collective consciousness. It's the climbers who have climbed the difficult walls, and now we are sharing the coordinates with others so others can go, oh, I never saw that before, or their consciousness will say, I couldn't see that, but through this collaboration, I get the coordinates. It's turning on my DNA, and it's turning off other spots, and it's activating my multidimensional, my triple helix, which is what the trip to Egypt in 2017 was all about, which was downloaded at Standing Rock on 12/12. The guidance said, take the original record keepers home to the paws of the Sphinx for the 8-8 Lionsgate. And the piece we'll share right now is the guidance said, give back the double helix and open to receive the triple helix of creation. So these are source coordinates. It's interesting that the feminine Christed vehicle was ignited in this flesh suit on the 11th of January 2017, and the guidance said that what was coming through was a humble servant of a messenger of Christ consciousness, how to activate it, to bring the coordinates of Christ consciousness. And there's a great union in that between Germe unity and unity grace consciousness, because it's related to birth date and when the feminine Christed vehicle ignited in this flesh. So it is accessing the cosmic Unio Mystica. If you go into the Unio Mystica, which is the 55th gene, Richard talks about two beings sharing one consciousness. And we always thought it was some romantic thing Hollywood sold us. It's not. It's about two individuals going through all 9 waves of consciousness and being able to access what is called the aurora, unity consciousness, together simultaneous while in physical flesh suits, and bring through the coordinates to share with the collective. That is what is occurring here, is what true Unio Mystica is. It is sourcing cosmic to share with the collective for the benefit of the collective. If you go to the 55th gene, Richard talks about the Unio Mystica, and he says, what did it say? I don't know if we need to read that part right now, but it basically says, these, what does he say? I love the languaging he uses. It's a really good one. Okay, well, I really like the wording that he uses. Oh, it was coming up this morning in the lucid. Conjunctio was the word that was trying to come through. Okay, well, let's not go. What he says is that these, you know, it's called partnerships, but that's not what's happening here. What's happening is on the earth plane, individuals are fully embodied as sovereign and then have the capacity to leap into the aurora consciousness and source. And when it comes through two beings who source it together, they can translate and transduce it to be shared with the collective. And he says these partnerships will be at the center of communities because they, the energy, when the first relationships experience dual enlightenment, we will know that the deepest wound has finally been healed, the wound symbolized by the division of the fall of Adam and Eve. These, he calls them sacred marriages. This is not marriage, and we are not using those words at this level. These are unified beings. We are fully unified, our masculine and our feminine within us. We no longer need to use these words. We are in cosmic. So anyways, he explains, and so this was a real misunderstanding for the collective, searching for the twin flames. Oh, hang on. My legs are just getting a little bit cramped here. Okay. People were searching for the partner. And it is about finding the wholeness within us. And when we do, then we start to search, we start to magnetize towards us collectives who are working on cosmic projects for the benefit of the collective. This is the ascent of the human family, and it's programmed freedom. You're saying sound check. It looks good on my end, so I'm going to just keep going. These are, okay, so back to what Richard says here. Yes. These sacred marriages will have an unbelievable energy field around them. In fact, they will be at the core of whole new communities. What this means in the higher level of consciousness, because we're transcending everything that Hollywood sold us, what it means is that beings who have unified a single awareness within them called unity consciousness have the capacity to go into the quantum, the cosmic Akash, and source from the quantum for the collective to share with the collective consciousness. And that is what is occurring here. So it's these are ways to understand what is really occurring and not get lost in Hollywood stories. We are star beings, and we are liberating from the bondage of the cross of time and space, meaning that when we come into perfect alignment of wholeness within us, think golden apple, produce golden apple in the palm of the hand, wave the hand through the air, and create art, beauty. Time is art, is what the Mayan calendar is all about. Not time is money, time is art. We are creators of creation, of beauty, of love, of wonderment together. Okay, favorite message ever, Miss Freedom. Possibilities, love says. All right. So we are currently in the 37th gene, and it is the sun is activating it. None of this is real and still. These are handhold coordinates. So the 37th gene is called the ascent of the family, and this is why we are sharing these coordinates. Not because we sat and looked at a calendar, because we are source guided, and source consciousness came through and said, this is the night that this video premiere will be launched with these holographic coordinates for the consciousness to reorganize itself inside of the flesh, inside of the physical earth plane, because, as we say all the time, as Richard says, when the 60th gene ignites in multiple beings, it will be the end of the world as we know it, transcendent of time and gravity. Richard, you and I are going to have a good cup of tea in the Pleiades, or some blueberry spirulina popcorn. Okay, so there's just, we're putting pieces together here to understand what is happening with the video launch tonight. Once again, if you join us, turn your camera on, turn your phone on, turn your computer on, point your phone at it, LoveStream it with us simultaneous. Go back, share it, witness it, watch it. All right, now, 9 waves of consciousness. What does it mean? Well, we come back to this great book by Mr. Calaman. 9 waves of consciousness. He just did a really great job of explaining to us what, you know, the Mayan calendar was talking about, 9 waves of consciousness. So this is one of my favorite pages in the book, page 51. Page 51 shows a couple of things. It shows that the first wave started 2.5 billion years ago in linear time. So what it means is that the consciousness that we are sharing as a collective has been through all these different levels, from microscopic organisms to human beings and rocks and all of it, the elementals. That's why we had to reestablish the relationship with the consciousness and the elementals, which is why the night the transmission came through in the miracle coordinate of reestablishing love with the elementals. That's why all 9 waves of consciousness were accessed. That can be seen in the video if we haven't shared it already or uploaded it. Aloha, Miss Erica. If we haven't uploaded it already to this chat comments, I'm not sure if Miss Evelyn was able to, but for sure the video will be placed on my page of the aurora light emanations coming from the consciousness as all 9 waves were connected simultaneous while standing in the middle of a dark road on the 18th of February coordinate. Okay, so in this page 51, Kalaman shares, simplifies the understanding for us of, might have to plug the phone in, hang on. Mr. Carl Kalaman shares the 9 waves of consciousness. We are about to make a little move here. Hang on, because this is such an important love stream for sharing. Right. We're doing the breakdown. You can see the unicorns over there by the window. Okay. Miss Becca said broadcast interrupted, but it wasn't interrupted on Wee's end, so we are going to keep going. What Mr. Kalaman is explaining is the 9 waves of consciousness and how they affected different parts of the body. Now, this is another favorite part for we in the book. It's page 96. So there was never anything evil going on. There was just the hologram of good and evil that we were working inside of. So what he shows on this page is how these different vibrational waves of energy that we have been in affected different parts of the brain at different times. And we can see on the top, unity consciousness is the 9th wave. The 8th wave we were just in was dualistic. You can see the brain is black and white, yin and yang. So that's what we were experiencing in the human consciousness, in the human flesh suit. The 9th wave was activated on the 9th of March 2011, and all 9 waves became activated simultaneous in the consciousness on the 28th of October 2011, which meant then that we had the capacity to activate all 9 waves of consciousness within us simultaneous. Come on, we just need a little bit of light in this corner. Okay, so all 9 waves became accessible within us at that time. And what that was saying is that we could then choose our vibrational frequency, choice, which wave we were resonating at. And if we chose to go into the highest waves of consciousness, the 9th wave, then we have the capacity to be the embodiment of all 9 waves simultaneous. Now, this gives us, I like light, so we can see this gives we the power within us to be vessels, pure, clear, rarefied vessels of source consciousness, to emanate out to the collective consciousness. The most powerful wave is the 9th wave because it has access to all 9 waves simultaneous. And because of that, and because once we are in unity consciousness, we are realigned with the divine plan. We are connected to divine source consciousness. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. It was 1 year ago, Miracle Coordinate today, that we did our first love stream. The guidance had said that we was not allowed to share publicly until after the August 21st solar eclipse of 2017, because what was coming through would fry the circuitry. And so the first love stream came through a year ago. Actually, I guess it was yesterday, the 26th. And today, Unio Mystica occurred in the consciousness in totality. Two auras merged into one. And that allowed access in the flesh suit of these higher levels of consciousness. So you can go back to Wee's Facebook page and see the love stream from a year ago about the release of the two-strand DNA, and it got so many views. It was first love stream, got like 1,000 views in the first hour or something. And so we are in this cycle with the collective. Aloha, John Kennedy, love to everyone, yes. So we also know that, so we are in the aurora. The aurora is related to the sun, and we also know that right now there is massive coronal waves coming through. Ground yourself. We're doing a little side note here. Go out in bare feet, ground yourself, hug trees, get in the water. Just, you know, people who are not understanding the energies will have a sense that they're going a little cuckoo. And so it's just about learning to ground. Cross the ankles, cross the wrists, close the hands, clasp the hands, close the eyes, clasp the hands, deep breathe until you feel a shift that gets both hemispheres of the brain into unity consciousness. Okay, so yes, now. We'll take a breath. This is a lot. And once again, we are inviting everyone to join tonight for the premiere video launch of the 9 Waves of Holographic Consciousness. Once again, about the hologram that we have created through our golden pod, a collective golden pod process. And the light emanations, the unity codes came through Guerme. Our pod was recording and saving the transmissions that were coming through, was photographing what was occurring. It is a collective pod process, collaboration. What we are sharing, everything we do in our pod is collaborative, open source sharing. We are sharing everything that is coming through us. This is divine unity consciousness. So the holographic codes are assisting the collective to find shortcut handholds in the climbing wall to take leaps in the collective consciousness. We don't have to play out the story of the Garden of Eden. If we choose, as a collective, we can transcend time and gravity and move on to further experiences in the cosmos. And we have come to assist Gaia through the process, and it was the process of deep liberation of our victim-victimizer consciousness. That was the responsibility each one had within us in order to liberate the earth from that very same consciousness. Now, we were showing how the different waves that we went through affected different aspects of the brain at different times. And in the 9th wave, we can choose our consciousness, choose our vibration. It says it in the Star Knowledge bundles, the bundles by the Lakota, Dakota, Star Knowledge Elders, Chief Golden Light Eagle, Grandma Silver Star. They say the secret is to choose your vibration. That's where we have the choice, is where we are emanating. And if those programs are running victim-victimizer, just use simple things. Cross ankles, cross wrists, close eyes, clasp hands, deep breathe. This is the simplest tool to bring the body back into a holistic consciousness. Okay. This is the wonderful part of the book. Let's read it. Carl Kalman says, this is page 258. 9 Ways of Consciousness, all connected to our video that we are doing tonight. Here's what he says. On the 9th level, finally, there is no dark filter separating us from the divine. This just is such a good part to read, and it's exactly what was happening in the photograph and the video that we took on the miracle coordinate night of February 18, when the aurora is coming into the picture, when we was standing in the middle of the road, connected to all 9 waves of consciousness, simultaneous, embodied in the physical flesh. On the 9th level, finally, there is no dark filter separating us from the divine, and for this reason, it is not meaningful to say that. I want to make sure we know what book this is, Carl Kellerman, 9 Waves. And for this reason, it is not meaningful to say that our lives are self-authored. He's talking about the 8th wave that we came from before the 9th of March. In the 8th wave, our stories were self-authored. The 9th wave is the transcendent of prodigal, transcendent of separation from source consciousness. We are now one with the divine again, and according to the guidance, the free will experiment on the earth plane officially ended on the 9th of March, 2018 miracle coordinate, when we crashed the AI matrix. We dissolved the AI matrix, and he talks about in this book the internet, the rise of the internet, and all that kind of thing. And that's when the guidance said the free will experiment had ended. Therefore, resistance becomes futile for the collective consciousness, because we are part of something greater. So when he says self-authored, it's not meaningful to say that our lives are self-authored. It means that we've moved into divine will again, which is not self-authored. The prodigal child is home, back with creation, with the greater consciousness. Instead, if we reach this level of development, the 9th level, the 9th wave, which has only been fully possible after the 9th wave was activated in 2011, our will and how we create our lives is essentially a product of our unity with the divine. The true beloved. No Hollywood romance going on here to distract us. This is the true beloved and the true divine, and what we have had, what we've been seeking within ourselves is the fulfillment of that love consciousness. So, yes, I'll read it again. Instead, if we reach this level of development, which has only been fully possible after the 9th wave was activated in 2011, our will and how we create our lives is essentially a product of our unity with the divine and not of our ego. And I always said, I'm a blueprint buster. I'm going to show you a blueprint, but it's not your blueprint, baby. And I'm a blueprint buster, which is why Miss Grace was sent to the planet, to help accelerate the process, using the work of many great people like Joe Dispenza, and Richard Rudd, and Carl Kellerman, and the Mayan calendar, and just all these pieces to synthesize them to make it simple, to get the handhold coordinates for the shortcut. Because the blueprint, the ego, was like AI for spirit in form, and that's what we're transcending. So, yes, I'm going to read it one more time. Instead, if we reach this level of development, which has only been fully possible after the 9th wave was activated in 2011, our will and how we create our lives is essentially a product of our unity with the divine, not our ego. And that's where people feel resistance, and they kick and scratch and fight and project outside of the self, on something outside of the self, or have the battle going on inside the self. But it's like the resistance is futile thing. Just get on the wave and ride it and have fun. The only thing that's fighting is the false self. Life then, as shown in figure 9.1, becomes self-transforming. Well, that sounds like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly to we. Or in other words, ourselves are automatically being transformed by our unity with the divine to the detriment of the ego. Anyone out there still struggling with the ego, or projecting, or saying there's something bad outside the self, check it out, man. Check out the book, because the only thing that is occurring is that detriment to the ego, that is we're being transformed by our unity with the divine to the detriment of the ego. At this level, the ego is not running a separate agenda, or maybe better said, an agenda of separation. Prodigal child, no more. Such a good line. Shall we read it one more time? Life then, as shown in figure 9.1, becomes self-transforming, or in other words, ourselves are automatically being transformed by our unity with the divine to the detriment of the ego. At this level, the ego is not running a separate agenda, or maybe better said, an agenda of separation, and our actions become expressions of the all that is divine with which we are unified. This self-transforming level and its transcendence of the ego are only beginning to be available. I believe, for instance, blah, blah, blah. So, at the 9th wave, I love this part, confirmation, because the guidance said on the 9th of March 2018 that the AI matrix had been crashed. 666, we'll just say for short, called carbon. And that the free will experiment was over, and I've said it in many, many love streams. All right. There may be, oh yes, at the 9th level, we can hardly talk about a free will, because if the ego plays no separate role and your actions are determined in resonance with all that is, we can hardly talk about will as free. At this highest level, when we are fully in resonance with the 9th wave, our lives will be about running, our lives will not be about running separate individual agendas, but about fulfilling an aspect of the divine plan for humanity, and let we add, for in reverence for the benevolence and well-being of all life throughout all times, places, creations, dimensions, and beyond. Our lives will not be about running separate individual agendas, but about fulfilling an aspect of the divine plan for all life. Little addition. Calvin says humanity. There will no longer be a separate ego that acts only on the individual's behalf. Instead, as we in a unity state of consciousness surrender to our higher selves, we act on behalf of the divine and its plan for humanity. And that is what we are sharing with all of our love streams, with all of our co-creations, collaborations, all open source. Nobody is asking for any money here. The only thing the guidance is inviting is gifting. We are inviting everyone to share, because if we are receiving, share something back. Just gift it onward. It's so simple to press love, like, and share. This is true gifting. This is all the teachings that have come through for all who have been living in the miracle coordinate with Miss Unity Grace in co-creation collaboration, is just, if we are receiving from the transmissions, then give something in return, like share. It's that simple. And share the gifts coming through us. If everyone on the planet is open sourcing everything, then wowee. It looks like we've transcended the need for, you know what it's called, starts with an M and it's got a little sign in front of it, you know. So remembering how powerful we truly are in co-creation and collaboration, this is what we are sharing in our golden pod. We are role modeling. Others on the planet all over are sharing the gifting economy. We are gifting the learning of our journey through separation, and we are opening to the higher coordinates. We are purified vessels to receive cosmic Akash, the opening of the pillars to the cosmic Akash come through we to share the miracle coordinates of transcendent consciousness, unity consciousness, a unified field. Okay, so, and that's what we're doing. That's what's coming through we. It's these higher coordinates of unity consciousness, and we can say we walk the journey of that struggle and that battle of the ego, finally surrendering to the higher source guidance to come through we and go, all right, you take over. I'm having a rough time down here. And then the guidance took over, and the full embodiment of it was Unity Grace coming in October of 2015 as we was bringing through a transmission, a dedication to the masculine, all masculine on the earth plane. And that's when Unity came in. And these transmissions are direct from and on behalf of Source Consciousness. There will no longer be a separate ego that acts only on the individual's behalf. Instead, as we in a unity state of consciousness surrender to our higher selves, we act on behalf of the divine and its plan for humanity, and again we will say for all life, in reverence for the benevolence and well-being of all life throughout all times, places, spaces, dimensions, and beyond. This disappearance of the ego in the ninth wave, and this is where certain aspects of the consciousness may be in collective struggle. Just listen. If we just put unity at center, that's what the guidance always said. If we just put unity at center, she will open up the center of the sacred circle, then step back and take her equal place where all voices can be heard equally. Yes, we did. Guillerme says we did, and we are so grateful for the golden pod that is supporting these transmissions. To come through in totality and recognizing what they are. By the way, check out pureenergy.love. Mr. Sandalfizi is playing music that puts you in the right vibration. Join us at Lucidity for the pureenergy.love dorm in the water realm and the Oracle portal. We will be there sharing, co-creating, collaborating together as one unified consciousness on the earth plane. We are opening the interdimensional gates. This is what the video that we are sharing about that occurred on the 18th of February, standing in the middle of the road, was the veils are opening around we as an emanation of source consciousness. There is no ego going on here when we are a purified, rarefied vessel of these energies. The energies reflect miracles in the field to the collective consciousness to believe, to know beyond belief what is programmed within it is real. And that's what the video, if Miss Ella couldn't upload it here, we will upload it, the one where we is standing in the middle of the road and the miracle coordinates of all 9 waves of consciousness are coming through. What it is showing is the veils opening, because the butterfly transforms the reality around it by transforming from inside out, and the reality transforms with it. Okay, so opening the veils. Pleiades for blue spirulina popcorn and blueberry cotton candy also. And of course many other wonderful places. So, here we go. The disappearance of the ego in the 9th wave may be appreciated by some, but not by others. But how could we possibly arrive at a golden age of peace unless we all surrender all agendas that are contrary to or not aligned with the divine plan? Good question, Mr. Kalaman. Carl Kalaman, 9 Waves of Consciousness. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. So, this is why all agendas, this is why it became so difficult, and because we pushed the timelines by 7 generations, we collapsed them because we said no more suffering on the earth plane. We don't need to play this out 7 more generations. All agendas had to be ended. That's why people got really confused, going, I'm planning on doing nice things for the planet and helping to share money and all these kinds of things. But the thing is, we ended 7 generations early, so all those agendas got crashed in a hurry. And that's why people have been confused. What do I do here? Well, we go within to receive the coordinates and maintain a chosen vibration, which is actually neutral. The 35th gene is neutral, it's beyond vibration, guarantee, have been there. And it is called wholeness, and it is beyond vibration, it is beyond the waves. All right. It is only if all our actions are informed by our contact with the divine, so that the largest possible view is taken into consideration, that all of our individual lives can ever be harmonized. Agreed. Which is why the transmissions coming through Miss Grace have given lots of mother lion paw slaps all over the lion kingdom that was occurring on the earth in his story. Lots of mother lion paw slaps to help us come into alignment, transcendent of hidden agendas and so on within all of we, so that our lives can be harmonized. Joy will then never come from your agenda of being separate, but from the harmony that is created with all that is. These transmissions, the unity transmissions, have had the eagle eye perspective, which is why they have been shared around the planet for aeon coordinates, we'll say, with specific beings and bloodlines and races and so on, to fast forward the game, to leave the codes and the seeds for activation within us into unity consciousness. And they are transmissions of the divine source coordinates for the shortcut for our liberation as a collective. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. And so we will say, if there is any victimization consciousness still occurring, Richard talks about the vaporization of victimization consciousness in the 55th gene, and what that means is we can no longer give service to any of ourselves or others that are begging and pleading with the victimization consciousness on any level. It's just not acceptable. It's not going to work. It's not what is going on here. Each one of us is to navigate the field within us to wholeness and balance, internal, external, source coordinate. And in doing so, and here's true compassion, is just to be neutral. We don't even have to hold space for anything outside of we, just within we. Neutral is key. And then he goes on to talk about the becoming an embodiment of unity consciousness. So, the reason that the ninth wave may be expected to generate a golden age in the time ahead is thus, that its hologram does not include any darkness or duality, which in turn means that conflict-generating agendas of the ego will recede. With duality gone, separation and division between humans will disappear together with the superior-inferior. For those that will be able to develop resonance with the frequency of the ninth wave, the perception of dark fields will no longer be projected onto nature or the divine, yay, Gaia and elementals, and this in turn will create a profoundly different foundation for human existence in the golden age. Developing resonance with the ninth wave is the same thing as moving in the direction of and eventually attaining a state of unity consciousness. So, what a pod we are. If this love stream is helpful, please share it. This is what the launch is tonight. The 9 waves of consciousness, holographic. This is what we've brought through our collaboration together, no charge. This, all the golden pod that has surrounded Unity Grace has been guided to do this free of charge. This is how we've done it. We haven't asked for anything in return, and that level of the consciousness. Just come into the unity wave, share the video, share the love stream, live stream it, love stream it, simultaneous while we are launching it, and then let us be the vessels of purity, pure consciousness, which is the CD of the 12th gene, the final stop codon. Let us just be and allow our bodies to be the resonating cavity of unity consciousness. And why do we talk about grace? Because grace is where the ascension sequence is programmed for unity consciousness. It is initiatic. It is a textbook process. Hence, Miss Unity Grace, bringing through the coordinates to share with the collective for how we do this and to simplify it and make it digestible. in a way that can be conceivable for us, because it's real. We love, this is unity consciousness, and we walk one with the spirit of all that is called the divine. So tonight at 9 p.m., please check out our Facebook link. Go to the event page if you're interested. Share, go to the YouTube page. Guillerme has posted it here a few times. Pure Source Consciousness. Yes, go to unitycodes.love, where Guillerme is bringing through the incredible light emanations. Our Unity Transmissions Facebook page, our pureenergy.love Facebook page, our YouTube Unity Transmissions, our pureenergy.love YouTube, Guillerme's YouTube page. Guillerme, did you change your YouTube page to Unity Codes YouTube? Maybe you could put your YouTube page there. This is Soars Collaborative. It is super exciting. We are sharing, we call in all the divine coordinates of love and assistance, superabundance, benevolence, to do this together as a collective in celebration of true sovereign that is within us, and our birthright, home to the stars, and the stars are within, and we express them around us through our collective creation of consciousness. 9 p.m. tonight. We're not going to do any talking, no forward announcement, just it launches at 9 p.m. It's already set with the YouTube coordinate, and we will open up the chat 15 minutes early. Everyone can get settled and join in, and we have now shared where these codes have been coming through. Guillerme has been in the cosmic for lifetimes, doing quantum leaps to bring through the light emanations, the light codes. Aloha, Marianne. And the Unity transmissions are coming from the same place, as a unification within our golden pod. Elawan, Rebecca Joy, Guillerme, Sandalphon, Unity, and Miss Freedom, Possibilities Love. We have been doing this together, and Ruthie Joy was bringing through tremendous assistance for almost 6 months and has moved forward on her journey, and so we give thanks to Ruthie Joy for being part of the collective. And just, yes, this is the Golden Pod is sharing this with the collective in love and benevolence, and we invite the inspiration of all creation to rise into these coordinates together. Allow whatever activations are coming through for each individual to connect with the divine, with source consciousness within us. These are handholds in the wall from the climbers who have climbed into these higher realms of source consciousness to share the coordinates, just like climbing the climbing wall together as a collective in this 37 gene, the ascent of the human family. Check out the LoveStream that was posted a year ago, yesterday, Miracle Coordinate, that was posted from Costa Rica. We went to Costa Rica. It was done in Costa Rica. The Unio Mystica came into the consciousness in Costa Rica, where the butterfly, the heart of the butterfly, the guidance said it was for the accelerated process of the consciousness. And a beautiful being brought the codes in with we of the Unio Mystica consciousness to assist the accelerated unlocking of the consciousness from the bondage of time and space, transcendent of gravity. Unity and grace is the miracle coordinate. Thank we golden ones, thank we golden love, thank we golden pod on the earth. We are one, we do this together. LoveStream, Livestream, share together. And to the inner sanctum of the golden pod, we give our utmost gratitude for assisting with the collective sharing of these transmissions to simplify the process for the collective to journey to the stars. 9 p.m. Pacific in the miracle coordinate of tonight, the 27th. We love we, one love, infinite love. Aloha, Golden Pod.